complaining. Alright, hey. This is Alec. I was going to post this in the Anti-Chapel's 2 cents about the upcoming games thread, and then I kind of realized that this was kind of more of a message to the actual fans of Castlevania than an actual 2 cents about the upcoming games. So I thought I'd do kind of a Sessler's Soapbox type deal here. Unfortunately my webcam doesn't work, so you're going to have to stick with crappy audio. What you're about to hear is unsugar-coated raw opinion. If you're not prepared for that, then, you know, this might be the appropriate place to just stop listening. Okay, a lot of people are kind of ticked about Castlevania Judgment. The word got out through Nintendo Power that Castlevania Judgment is going to be a 3D fighting game, kind of like Soul Calibur. And it's going to be on the Wii. Now, I'm not sure what ticks off fans more than the other part, whether it's on the Wii or whether it's the fact that Castlevania has taken this step towards having a fighting game released about it. So just here's my opinion on this, and that is that Castlevania Judgment is a fighting game because fans like us kept complaining about the sameness that had been present in Iga's works since Symphony of the Night. So Iga probably heard about this and instituted a complete change in the game. It's gone from a 2D platformer to a 3D fighter in this game. But since you've been asking for change, and now that it's finally given to you, don't whine about it. You just got what you asked for, people. It's your fault that you really didn't want what you asked for. That said, I'm rather psyched about this game. Now, let's move on. People always say that Iga doesn't listen to us because he can't read English or speak it or whatever. I say, so what? His eyes still work fine. His ears still work fine. And there's plenty of people that he works with that speak English. He's not completely blind to the fan base or their opinions. And given time, he just might institute that change that you want. I mean, Castlevania Judgment is change, as much as you people hate to admit it. He's not obligated to give you what you want exactly the way you want it, right when you want it. He's actually not obligated to give it to you at all, people. As long as Konami is out there making money, he has absolutely no reason to change what he's doing. That said, Konami is a corporation. What is the goal of a corporation? That is correct. It's making money. They don't have to blow a hardcore group of fans every time to make money. In fact, there's a huge set of untapped potential customers out there. They're called preteens and teens. Konami has Iga focus on what will make them money, not what will please the longtime fans. If he manages to please the longtime fans while making his company money, good on him. But he doesn't have to please us. Konami doesn't have to please us. It's not that high on their to-do list. So if you're pissed about Portrait of Ruin, the best you can do to change their policy is to pray to whatever god or gods you believe in that they do a better next time on Order of Ecclesia. Now that my economic rant is over, I will focus on the fan base itself. I actually had a great deal of fun with Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. I know, it's bizarre, but I'm not one of those people who's been playing Castlevania forever. My first game console was a PlayStation 2. I know, shocking. I came into Castlevania very late. As a matter of fact, Curse of Darkness was my introduction to the series. So I've only been playing for about 3 years now. So I'm not as ticked about games like Portrait, because I wasn't there for the magic of the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis and such. While my friends were out playing Super Mario 64, I was playing Life and Monopoly on a good old-fashioned game board inside my house. In 3 years, I've played through the entire series. And I do appreciate where the series has been coming from. But, to me, on these message boards, it sounds to me like you guys are living in the past. The day of the 16-bit console is over. New gamers don't want to have a stage-based game where they can beat it in a day or two. They want something longer, which is why the original Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night were added to Dracula X Chronicles. It's why there were so many extra modes to Portrait. If that doesn't appease you hardcore fans, I am sorry, but don't gripe to me. I saw a sign long ago that said, if our food does not meet your standards, please lower your standards. I really think you guys need to do this. This is not a stab at you hardcore fans, but I think as an older, more experienced fan base, you're expecting too much. No, there will not be a game as groundbreaking as Symphony of the Night for a long time, if ever. No, stage-based games will not be popular again. Stop griping. It never did anyone any good to dwell in the past. I see so many complaints where people compare Portrait and Dawn to games that came out in the freaking SNES era. Why in God's name are you doing this? These games are separated by what is over a decade of history. Here's an idea. Instead of focusing on what the latest title did wrong, focus on what it did right. Portrait, for instance, is full of little gems that if you were to take the time to step back and admire, you might actually think were cool. Who knows, guys? If you start pretending to have fun, you might have some on accident.